Hi YouTube. How y'all doing? There's a new thing going on. I cut my hair off. I'm starting all over. I don't know what I'm going to do to it yet. But I felt like it was getting thin. I don't know if it's coming from stress or menopause. Y'all got my pajamas on. Yes, I cut my hair. Tell me if y'all like my hair. I know you ain't gonna like it right now because I gotta do like put some mousse on it, get it curly. I'm probably gonna lay it down. I did wash it, put some oil on it, let it dry. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna redo my locks professionally, start them all over. But I did not like the way they were. I moved. So when I moved from the beach, while I was at the beach, I had the same hairstylist for 3 years. Thanks to Mercedes at Blaze in Morehead City, North Carolina. And when I moved, I had done my research and they said don't switch up your locticians because everyone doesn't twist the same. When I moved, I went to another hairstylist. I went to her like twice, and I noticed that I wasn't really liking my hair with the two different twist forms. And then I noticed that it started to break. And it was getting thin. I didn't really wrap my hair up every night, but I noticed three of them ended up breaking. And I'm not sure if I pulled them when I was pulling out the ponytail. I think that's how I lost two of them. But one, it just broke. So I decided that I was going to start all over. There's this girl in my hometown that makes some hair growth oil. I'm going to purchase some of that. And I'm going to start all over. What am I doing today? Let me see if I can turn this camera around. I can't. I got a new phone and I was trying to see but I am somewhat packing. I'm not sure if I'm going to move yet. I still have the end of this month to try to catch everything up. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But I have started packing, and packing is something that I like to keep because I do move around a lot. I'm not a person that stays in one place long. I'm not sure if that came from childhood trauma. But yeah. So I'm going to wash everything down. Cleaning up is like a stress reliever for me. So I tear things down and I build them back up. That's part of my life. That's what's going on with my hair. Tear it down, build it back up. It's really tight to my head. I did cut a lot of it off. I cut it down to where I had start to retwist it. So that's where I'm at today, guys. I did apply for some jobs. I actually have applications on my desk right now. One of them said I can start on the 19th, which is kind of far out. And DoorDash is not doing good right now. I noticed that I was barely breaking even to the amount of gas that I was putting in the car. So that's what I have going on with that. So that's why I haven't made any DoorDash videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this coming up week in a new town. Excuse me, which I think I am. It's been really cold. Since I don't get any kind of assistance or anything, I'm going to try to go to another town, DoorDash tomorrow, see if I can make money for the supermarket and to put towards catching up my rent. It's been really a slump these 90 days. I'm almost at the end of the 90 days because, as we can see, days are going pretty quick. I'm not really sure of what's going to happen because you hear a lot going on in these streets about another shutdown. Everything is high compared to 2022. Everything is 3 times higher. So I've been pretty much using my stockpile. I don't know if I really talked about that. So I've been stockpiling since 2020. And I've been using my stockpile things to survive, so that I don't have to ask anybody for anything. I did reach out to 2 people to see if I could get a little assistance. Hold on, let me check this right quick. So yeah, I'm back. I've been pulling out stuff, organizing, see what I need, what I don't need. I really wanted to move in an RV or a tiny house on my brother's property. I'm still working on that to a certain extent. If I do let the house go that I moved in, and I moved here in March. So that's what's going on with that. So I don't know, guys. I'm trying to keep y'all posted on what's going on this journey. I haven't made a video in a couple of days. Yesterday I was in study all day. I was reading. Well, actually, my Bible study goes real deep. So on this rising, I was reading Angels in Our Lives, and I actually ended up pulling to my dad's name. So this my reading this morning was on James. I've been reading the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher. I have my Bible here. I have my book of Josephus, which I have not gotten into Josephus yet. But the book of Enoch and the book of Jasher go together for me with the Bible. And as I think I told y'all, I don't read the King James version of the Bible. I read the Message Bible. I'm a messenger. I get messages and downloads. So this is the Bible I read. And I actually was reading something in Deuteronomy earlier, but I've been back. That's how I got back to Enoch, is I started back in the beginning, and I needed to go back and pick up back with Enoch and why Enoch was taken, and the difference in what the book of Enoch in Genesis is very limited. So I like to read a lot of the outside books of the Bible. Let me know if anybody else reads the outside books of the Bible. We can start having little conversations about that. But the book of Enoch is really good. It's really good. To me, the Bible is very juicy. If you read the outside books, read what's been taken out. I think it's 66 now. It used to be 88. And then for Enoch, he had 365 books. Jasher has how many books does Jasher have in it? Translation. The Gentile Kings. Jasher has 90 books in it. And then I also have this one. And this is the Gospel of the Holy 12. This is a actual older book. Like you can see how it runs. Yeah. It is a faithless and perceived generation as the old that asks for signs. Yeah, so I read a lot of the books that translate outside the Bible, but the book gives a reference to it. That's how I got all these books. The Dead Sea Scrolls, and I was reading about the war scroll. You can see I've read this a few times, and you can kind of sync that with what's going on in the on the planet right now. The Book of the Giants. Yeah, the War Scroll. I haven't read all these books, but I have read parts of them, and all my books are highlighted, so I really do study the books. You can see it. So reading to me reading is like a meditation. Read and meditation. Oh, I also have Mahdi. What was I reading here? Revelations 22:16. Jesus of Lubeck. That was the first slave ship. Oh, the wisdom of Jesus Christ. I was reading this story, the wisdom of Jesus Christ. I actually want to go back, and I got to figure out which book it is. I know I have it on the... Oh, I got it in one of these. The book of Adam and Eve. It's in one of these books. I started reading this with my YouTube Bible study with oh yeah, this is the Book of Enoch too. I read a lot of this Book of Enoch. The only thing about the Supergrapha is the words are so small. This is how my books be looking. Yeah, the words are so small. Sibling Oracles. I've read a lot in the Sibling Oracles. I read a lot of chapters in that. And the book that I had to go with the ones with the Sibling Oracles, I got this book. If y'all can see this book. The Theft of the African Prophecies. Mami Waters. And she tells you how a lot of the King James Version was taken from the ancient. Yep. It's pretty interesting. So that was my study for yesterday. And it's crazy. I like this book, and I'm going to show y'all another book that I like to go with this book. And I might go with that today after I clean my desk off and put some of this stuff. This book, and I'm going to show you another book that really, really go good together. And they have a lot of similarities. They are two different authors. And this was one of my first ones too. The Ancient Future. So I might dig back in this today. Whew. See, it's coming apart. It's coming apart. The Principles of Correspondence. And this book right here also goes along with... this book is marked up. You hear me? It goes along with Seduction, Dark Psychology, The Black Woman Guide. Yeah. The Principles of Causation. Yeah. And I haven't read this whole book, but I love these books. We got pictures in it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so let me put this down because I did have it all clamped up. Yep, that's that. Let me put some of this back. But that book goes good with the Silver Oracles. And I got this one. Broke. Woke don't mean broke. I haven't really got into this one. I think I've got about two. Let me see what chapter. And it's got some affirmations in it. Move your financial life. Tips for success. Yep. So when I was working a lot, I had to put my studies on the side. Oh, this is a good one too. My aunt. Yep. My aunt. Yep. And I like this one because it's got the little hieroglyphics that you get the actual coding out of the Book of the Dead, Egyptian Book of the Dead. Let's see if I can show you. And that's one thing I noticed when I became an advocate reader. Y'all see that? That even though you got different authors, you can pretty much put a lot of these books together. Spirit will lead you to putting books together by different authors, because we're all channeling a message, right? We're delivering a message. Stick that right there. So that's what I got going on. I got my arts and crafts stuff, my pens. Let me put my glasses thing right here. My pens and my color pencils. I got a lot going on. Trying to pack everything up, put everything. I haven't eaten anything today, so I made me some rice. Well, I did eat a few crackers this morning. But overall, I haven't eaten. Yeah, so I actually kind of came up here to show y'all SEO Wix. I started a website. I just got a notification with Wix. And just actually showed y'all my beginning of my new journey with my hair. And I've cut it off way shorter than this before, but I don't have any clippers. So for right now, this is what we have. And this hairline is actually my mom's and my dad's, I promise you. So that's what I got going on today, y'all. I'm actually cleaning up. I'm going to pack some things up. I did pack the heat press up. That's what the big box is on the floor. I'm going to pack up the Cricut machine. Some puzzles and stuff that I have on the top of the shelf with my dad and my brother. I'm going to leave them out. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the books yet because I'm not sure that I'm moving. And when I start reading, I literally have to go get, I have to go grab some books. Oh, yeah. I've been also reading. Now, y'all see, I got my message cards out. Let's do a message card. I know everybody is not into card reading, but card readings is just like my books for me. It's a tool. So I'm going to do a card reading from the Message Oracle. I like the Message Oracle, especially with me being on this journey. I can easily get a little, I would say a relief. And sometimes my cards actually end up going with my books. So we've been reading Enoch and Jasher. And Enoch is talking about how, you know, he was the first to be taken. And Jasher's talking about, you know, oh, let me get this right quick. Yesterday, I actually was on TikTok, and a guy was doing a teaching on his TikTok channel, and he was reading the book of Jasher. He started at the beginning. It's him and his wife. So this part right here is in Noah to Methuselah's death. At 16:51 a.m., Lamech died. And I'm going to tell y'all why I ended up highlighting so much on this, and I'm going to tell y'all that. And Lamech, the father of Noah, died in those days. Yet verily he did not go with all his heart in the way of his father. And he died in the 595 year of the life of Noah. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years. He died. That 777 was running hard in the biblical books, right? And all the sons of men who knew the Lord died in that year before the Lord brought evil upon them. For the Lord willed them to die, so as not to behold the evil that God would bring unto your brothers and relatives, as he had so declared to. Listen to this. The Lord willed them to die, as so not to behold the evil that God would bring upon their brothers and relatives, as he had declared. So we were reading that yesterday on the TikTok shop, and I had actually lost She wasn't a friend of mine, but she was a person that I knew, and for some reason she had been coming back down my timeline. And it stood out. She was in a car accident, and she always talked about God. She found God a new way. Her life changed. She got married, and every post she would put was not necessarily about God, but you know, she was being attacked. You know, once you realize that the more you walk with God, the more you're going to get attacked, which is what I call distractions, right? So she had transitioned, and as we were studying yesterday, and it was saying that, you know, we've been saying that a lot of people are leaving this earth, especially since we know with social media you can tap into everybody's energy. So when everybody's posting videos and stuff, and you're strolling like the Dead Sea Stroll, and you're strolling and you're getting in different people's energy, it appears to us that more people are transitioning, which it could be possible, or it could be just the energy of the contacts that you have, the followers, right? So when I read that passage, to me it meant that some of us are going to leave before the storm, which we would call Noah's Ark, which is this time will be fire. They're going to leave and be reincarnated to come back and help. That's just how I perceived it. So that was a good passage that, you know, when we don't really know what death is, but if you read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you know, it talks about reincarnation. Even the Bible talks about reincarnation, but it talks about it poquito. It's very small. They don't really go into details, because if you knew that you were going to come back and keep redoing it and doing it and doing it, then you wouldn't be afraid of death. That's just my theory. So the card that I got was be patient. For me, be patient is so relevant to me even coming up here today, saying I'm being patient with my hair. I showed you the chaos that's going on in the living room, which is the office space / living room. But I'm being patient. I'm not rushing. Nobody's rushing me, and I'm not rushing myself. And patience is something that I have had to develop. So I can relate with the patience card on today. So let's get the actual reading on this card. Be honest. I'm always saying be honest. Be patient. Now is not the time to act. Now is a time to show self-restraint, to be patient and wait. Do not let your desire for an outcome or resolution result in one that is not to your liking, because you forced it to manifest before it was time. Trust that all will be as it is meant to be when it is meant to be. Be still. Let go of all frustrations and impatience. And remember that good things come to those who wait. So, the main thing is to let be. Right? So, when I said I like for my cards, or I connect my cards with the biblical book, that's a prime example. right? This is going to be the prime example. Watch this. If we read it from Genesis, Genesis 3 and 5, God spoke light, and light appeared. God spoke that light was good. God spoke that light was good and separated light from the dark. God named the light day. He named the dark night. It was the evening, it was the morning, it was the day. So, this is the Message Bible. It says God spoke light, right? But if I take it to, this is the Woman Devotional, and I don't have a King James in here, but I'm quite sure it said let be. Let be light. Let's see what it say in this book. Yeah. The third from the Woman's Devotional says, let there be light. And there was light. Let there be dark, right? I mean, it was already dark, and God said, let there be. So that's how I'm able to connect the words of the Bible with the cards. Be patient. Being patient is you can be in a dark place, but if you let it be dark, you know that light comes automatically. It was already designed like that. So me packing or me cleansing all my stuff is, I don't know where I'm getting ready to go. Just like I didn't know where this channel was getting ready to go. And I don't come here and try to force it, but I do show up. And I don't show up any of my videos in the same energy. I show you low energy, I show you high energy, right? So, that was where I'm at. Let the hair be. I'm not defined by my hair. Let the house be if it's necessary. I'm not defined by my house because I'm divine. I have to be able to go with the flow. Let it be. So what I'm doing is, if it's anything that I feel that if I move to an RV, if I move to an apartment, if I move to a mobile home, wherever I'm going, because my thing is, I'm the type of person that I say, God, I'm just going to pack wherever you want me to go. That's where I'm going to go. If you want me to stay put, that's where I'm safe right here. I'm on the four corners, right? So, but my mindset is, if I sit here and stress and faith without works is dead, then I won't be ready for wherever God wants me to go. Yeah. So that's where I'm at today. So I haven't been eating a lot. Like I said, I'm not going to say that I'm on a fast, but I just will not be overindulging. And I'm just letting it be. You know, it is what it is. If the channel grows, it grows. And this is the thing. I was watching this video last night by Controller J, and she made a video a year ago, and a lot of things that she made in that video a year ago are happening now. So I can also relate to my WOIU class. The teacher was saying in 2022 that some things were going to happen, and it's happening now, right? So if she wouldn't have made the video in 2022, or the controller wouldn't have made the video in 2023, then you wouldn't have anything to go back and reference of. That's what we're doing. When we're reading books, we're going back and referencing that this is what they said then, but it relates to what's going on now. So there's a cycle, right? So I want to be in the loop. So in order for me to be in the loop, I have to go show you where I'm at now, because I know that I work for the Most High Source, right? And I've come here and I tell y'all, listen, I'm taking 90 days, and whatever happens in that 90 days, because it could go up or it can go down. But I'm looking for balance, right? So I'm not in resistance. I'm on the path of least resistance. And that's why I'm here intentionally giving you my story, because we know the hair is going to grow back, right? Even though it might not grow back at 51 like it did when I was 21, it will grow back. But if I drink the right water, eat the right food, use some good products, if it ain't nothing but olive oil, because I'll use olive oil in my hair. I use coconut oil. I mix coconut oil and olive oil together. I use coconut oil and baking soda to make my toothpaste and my deodorant. So those are things that I do. And it cuts costs from, no matter how high these products get, there are going to be some ways that we can create something that's least amount, especially if you buy it in bulk. If you buy a big bottle, then it's going to last. If I buy seasons, I buy a big container of season, then I know I don't have to buy that seasoning for 6 months or a year. So that's where I'm at with the stockpiling. If my income is low like it is now, then I have to use the tools that I already have. It might not be filet mignon, but if I got some canned stewed beef in there, then I'm going to eat that canned stewed beef. I'm going to take the season. I'm not going to have to go outside to the supermarket to get these things. And right now they're at the highest price. And when I do go out to purchase more things, my number one thing is it's going to be on sale. And if I continue to do that on a consistent basis, just buy things that are on sale, or either if I find a little box that's in your town that's got free food, I'll go get me some free food. I'll give me some beans. If beans and rice all I gotta eat, I got a 25-pound bag of rice and plenty of beans. I got dried beans and canned beans, right? So another thing that I've been doing is I haven't used the heat. I think I showed y'all, I'm not sure, but I haven't used the heat that is the natural gas that's coming out of my unit outside, because it's so expensive. I can't control the gas that's coming out the ground, the price of it, and that it also has to connect to the thermostat in the house. So this is my heat source, one of them. Let me show you. That's my heat, and it's on the lowest setting, and it's propane, right? So if the power goes out, I still have heat. I do have a small electric heater that I got from the pawn shop for $29. I mean, it looks like a book, but baby, it puts out heat, and I use it so it doesn't energy save. So it's on energy save. So those are things that I'm doing right now, and I know that they're saying that we probably have some snow coming in where I'm at, and so I have plenty of canned goods. I probably need to go get, because I have the little I have 2 camping stoves in case the power goes out, that I have to, just a small one, I have to go get a few canisters of gas for that. But if the power goes out and it's snowing outside, then I have to do what I have to do. The good thing about my whole living situation is I grew up in this area, so I'm not strangers with the owners of the house. But I don't like to, I don't like to be behind, and I don't like to feel like I'm on pins and needles. So we'll see. I did reach out to a family member, and he referred me to a guy that needs his house clean, and I should do that by the end of the month. And if I get this job, which I have one job, and then I just apply for another job and just don't start to the 19th, then that'll give me some relief of my living situations. I'm so blessed that my son is an independent contractor, and he's been using my truck to do his work, and I've been able to drive his car. So that helps me out with him driving that. He pays the car insurance, and him and my friend this past month paid the utilities. So that's another reason why I try to keep it down as much as I can. So that I'm not in here like I'm the queen and money just falling down, and I just have it like that. But I do thank God that I thank God for taking and using his angels everywhere, right? And putting them in the right place for me while the unseen is happening. I can only show you what I see now, but I can tell you every day I've rose up, and I've been able to eat, and I've been able to take a bath, and I've been able to, I just got this phone, which I took part of the rent money and bought this phone. I would not be able to even create content if I didn't have this phone, right? So that was a blessing. Somebody might come outside and say, what, you took your rent money and bought a phone? I still have to have a phone. I have to have a phone if a job calls me. I have to have a phone if anybody needs me. I've stayed in here for a couple of days and not talked to anybody. You know, I was doing like a 3-day fast. I didn't pay my phone bill, but I still was able to use the internet. So, and the Wi-Fi. So there's just different things. And to me, that's practice. That's patience, right? Patience is, I know that things are going to work out for the benefit of my good and for others, right? And I also know that nobody's sowing seeds into unfertile ground, because I have been very open and honest saying, I'm doing this as I work for God. Yeah, I can go work for man, but I got to put God first. So that's where I'm at with that. And I've been very open and honest. Be honest and be patient on this channel. It might look like chaos to somebody else, but let me tell you something. If you want to clean up, baby, you got to tear it down and build it back up. But what I've learned is some things I don't need. So I have to discern what I need and what I don't need. Right? So that's where I'm at with that. And patience is a Virgo, and I'm a Virgo. So that's what I got going on. I really do appreciate, thanks to the new subscribers. I will be getting out more content, but as you can see, life is lifing, and I got to be in alignment with, do I go left or do I go right? Do I cut my hair off, or do I worry about, oh, I got to find a new stylist that's going to be the third person? And let me say this, I don't like a lot of people's hands in my head. So when I see my hair start to break, like physically, I got 2 locks, then I know something was wrong in that energy. And at 51, I should be taking more vitamins, but I did get some vitamin T, and I'm going to start drinking that. I do have some vitamin T. I have some blood purifier tea. I have a few things in here that can help strengthen it. And like I said, it's not that it's even not strengthened. It's very strong hair. Like, it's not breaking or anything, but whatever was going on with it, it was time to let it go and start all over again. And baby, if you go back, and well, you can't on this channel, but on my old Facebook channel before it got hacked by the hackers, I've had my hair shaved off. I had long hair. I've had wigs. I've done it all. So hair does not define me. And I'm not afraid to show up as I am, as this 51-year-old black woman, right? With my pajamas on, because, hey, this ain't no dress it up. This is real. This is real life, and that's why I love YouTube. Because, baby, YouTube is come as you are. Okay? Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful and prosperous day.